Good morning. I have been thinking a lot about mortality. Mortality, I think, is one of the themes a lot of us poets return to over and over because I think we are witnessing nature and witnessing people dying, poets languishing, and I think mortality, especially when we are living with chronic illness, like myself, living with chronic pain, every day I wake up with excruciating pain in my shoulders. And I've just ordered this new toy, my TRX, which is looped there, on one of the loops where you hang a ceiling fan. There are now these two large, long, um, black and yellow, it looks like bondage. And I think, and it's really helping me because I do that and I do that, and you hold that. So I think I'm really working on my arms and my shoulders and some stretches which I was not able to do with my same kind of things that I was doing in yoga. And I think with the mortality and the body, we have to keep stepping it up and changing. I think often a lot of us get too used to just running on the treadmill or cycling, and then you just count, oh, I did 40 minutes of cardio and 20 minutes of weights, and I'm done. But I think the body tells us what the body needs. And today I'm starving. I'm not used to being hungry. I have a blood test on fasting stomach, and so that's my crazy pit bull Heather whining to go out, and I'm tired of the red earth coming in and the red earth going out. So I'm telling them, no, you wait till I cook your food. So I was just thinking of mortality, and especially because my friend, I have this British friend here, she's leaving today, but every time I meet her, she reminds me of how I am so foolish to have a baby in my 50s, and how things can only get harder. And she's all dire and gloom and doom about my baby. And if I mention that, I've adopted her because of the traumatic way my four children were kidnapped, she says, why do you keep harping about the past? But I do think the past lives within us. It lives in pain, it lives in the stress we carry. The weight of the shoulder, the weight of the world on our shoulders is a very common expression, and it's very true. If you are stressed, this is the first part that you start to hold tension, and then the migraine starts. And this week has been a pain week. It has been horrible in many ways. But I've also learned just to lie down and read when the baby is resting. I'm reading this amazing book by Catherine May called Wintering. And it's all about winter and how we all winter so many times. And in our lives, we could have death, we could have kidnapping of children, like in my case, or illness, or my fracture. And then there's this sort of lull, like a fertile field and a fallow field, and winter and spring and summer. And she writes beautifully. The book is on several lists, and I just ordered it because I saw it on my friend Deborah Alma's feed. She runs the Poetry Pharmacy. But I thought, it's okay to rest. If your body is in pain, it's okay to just have lots of water and lots of coconut water, put lots of oil and try and do all of these movements, but it still doesn't go away. So today I'm having a battery of blood tests. But I thought, rather than singing you a song, I would read for you one poem from this book. It's called Inside the Wave, and it's by Helen Dunmore. And this book won the Costa Award, the Costa Poetry Award. And I really love this poem. I teach it in a lot of my workshops. And it's about dying. This book was written in her last year. She lived with cancer, and she was dying by the end. And a lot of the poems question and talk about mortality. And should we not keep seizing the moment and living as long as we are here? Should we not adopt a baby? Should we not have an ice cream or a coconut water? Should we not dance naked in the sea or in our house, wherever we like. So these are the questions that I am confronted with and I live with, because I know I'm in an aging body and I know I have a small baby, soon to be a toddler, soon to become more difficult. But she gives me so much joy, and I think I give her a lot of joy and love and stability and singing and books. Her favorite book right now is Goodnight Moon, and also Where Is My Belly Button. But to come back to this book, today I thought I would read you this amazing poem. It's called My Life's Stem Was Cut. My life's stem was cut, but quickly, lovingly, I was lifted up. I can't even see in this light. I heard the rush of the tap, and I was set in water, in a blue vase, beautiful in lip and curve. And here I am, opening one petal. As the tea cools, I wait. I wait while the sun moves and the bees finish their dancing. I know I am dying, but why not keep flowering for as long as I can? From my cut stem. And I think the imagery of the cut roses or the cut flowers, and they are dying, they know they are dying, but they bloom in the vase, or she in the hospital, lying on her pillow. Sorry, my hair is all wet. And, I love this poem. It's so beautiful, it's so simple, and it's just lovely. I was also thinking of style. My friend Malini Bhattacharya from Kolkata, she's a writer, and I really love her writing so much. And she messaged me yesterday that, Chilmil, I watch all your videos and your classes. And I was so excited to get feedback because I've just started a small yoga channel. And I don't know if she meant these chatty chats that I have with you, or if she meant the classes on YouTube. But whatever it is, she said, why don't you speak on style and the body? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do you mean, do we choose the clothes to fit our body? Do we be comfortable? No, you interpret it, typical poetic style and typical Malini. So I'm just, reflecting on what style means to me and what style may mean to someone else. And, I've been a fashion model and I have been very fashionable in many ways, but I've never copied the catwalk, and I've always sort of defined my own style based on what I thought would suit my body. I also sew my own clothes, so at night I would just say, I'm going to just wear this tomorrow, and I would just sit up like the elves and the shoemaker, and I would just cut it on the bias. My favorite bias cuts. I'm making one dress right now with some African fabric, and it's a bias dress, of course. Sorry about Heather. Heather, I will not open the door. Nobody doesn't say this, but Heather, they've already been out playing in the stream. I want them to dry off and then more breakfast, second breakfast, which is simmering. So I think for me, style has been very individualistic. I've been a bit fixated on certain colors, thinking only pinks and fuchsias are my go-to colors. But I am trying to adopt earth colors now. And I think also as you age, although this has always been a thing, although I did have a lot of high heels, and I did go through foot pain and ankle pain and arch pain, and I don't do it anymore. I think also my yoga teacher training, and also some terrible pains I had when I was in England, and we walk everywhere in England, so you learn to quickly learn that if your shoes are not comfortable, you're not getting anywhere. And if you're going to be sitting and wincing in pain because you want to wear pointy shoes but your feet are square, it's not going to work. So for me, it's all about comfort, color, clean. I want clean, like I've had a shower, my hair is wet, my clothes are clean, I only wear them once. It's a bit extravagant, but I feel that dog hair and dust and also energy, I think energy resides in the clothes we wear. And fear energy and pain energy. Like for me, I feel each time I wear something like this, because I have pain right here, and even now as I speak, I'm in a fair amount of pain. The clothes absorb that pain energy. And if you just say, oh, this is not dirty, I didn't spill any fried egg or whatever on it, and you just hang it up in your cupboard or wherever you keep your clothes, I think that energy stays in the clothes. And then the next day, when you may not be in pain, or after a few days, and you say, hey, I can just wear this yellow top again, you're putting back that same dress or t-shirt. In my case, I'm wearing a t-shirt and some yoga pants today. Putting back that same thing with the pain energy, and you may have a pain-free day, but the pain energy is there in the clothes, and the clothes are touching your skin. And we all know about the pandemic and about viruses and all this, but our skin is literally teeming with zillions of bacteria and zillions of fungi and God knows what all. We can't see it, but then it attaches to the clothes, and then the pain attaches to the clothes, and then any emotion that you have also attaches to the clothes. So I know the days I'm very angry, or I'm showering and I'm just like crying or something, I make it a point to change my towel, change everything, really wash the bathroom, because we are dispelling all of this. But to come back to style and the body, I think for me, now I've been cutting my own hair in pandemic. I keep thinking, maybe I need to go to the stylist and have something done, but there never seems to be time or money, and the baby is crying, or I need to do some cleaning or writing, or someone asked me to write a chapter for a book yesterday, and I'm excited. I like these small chunk size projects that I can do. So is my hair stylish? I don't think so in the least. I think it needs some cutting and chopping and fixing. But also most of the time here in the day it's so hot that I just braid my hair, and I'm like, well, if I go to the stylist, then I can't braid my hair. Then I'll feel hot here where I have pain energy. So it comes back to style and comfort. For me, the body tells me what the body needs. And mostly my body is hungry for touch, for oil, for rest, for water. I'm sipping warm water today, waiting for Tara to wake up, so that we can go for my blood test, so that I can eat breakfast. I'm always starving. My metabolism is super high. So I think these are what the thoughts I was thinking about: mortality, aging, whether to be responsible or not. I think we should not be responsible. Of course, I am very responsible to my 2 dogs and the baby and myself. I put myself last, which I should put myself first. I think, as a woman also in India, we are always taught to serve and to do. To serve and keep serving and keep doing, do for your elders, for your brothers, for your sisters, for your sons, for your husband. We end up completely neglecting our own bodies and our own needs. I remember when I had the 4 sons back in Delhi, I would be starving because I had not yet accepted that I thought I would be a bad mother if I fed myself and then fed them. But now what I do with Tara is that I'm much more chilled as a mother, and I always make sure, not today because I have blood tests coming up, always make sure that I am fed and watered, just like I do for my plants in the garden. Make sure I am fed, I am watered, and then I can serve her and make her milk and make her breakfast and whatever. Because if I cannot pour from an empty cup, and yoga has been teaching me this for the last 25 years. I'm just a stubborn person, and it's taken me a while to learn. And even a few days ago in Bollywood dancing class, yes, I went to Bollywood dancing class. It was very fun, very girly, and we were all doing that Salim Ki Gali, and we were doing Kala Chashma, Kala. I mean, the songs that I never really do. But it was fun. It's for Carnival coming up here in Goa, and that's my crazy Noori at the back, who I love deeply. So, I don't know what I was saying about the dancing, but the Bollywood class was great, and the dance teacher there, Archana, her name is Archana Sufiana. She's a dancer from Bombay, and she's the one putting this together. But I know the 4 ladies who came to the workshop, and I think we have a class today. Everyone is different, different skin, different body shapes. Me and Kathy, we were the 2 slightly larger Indian people, and then there were 3 white ladies, or 3, one dropped out, 3 to start with. And they were so skinny and so athletic, and of course the yoga pants they wore and the crop tops they wore. And we can't help but compare. We compare flat bellies, we compare the way someone is wearing their bindi, and is they wearing their bindi here, and how cool that looks. And I met this new friend there, Maya. I think she's from South America or something. She's a contemporary dancer. And she has the smallest waist I've seen in the longest time, but she is a dancer by profession. She uses her core a lot. And she wears these lovely bias floaty dresses, which I want to now get inspired by and make, rather than just go out and buy one. They are available everywhere in Goa. But why should I spend 600 rupees if I have the fabric and the time, because I'm not able to work much because of my pain? So better to sew and stitch and embroider and do things to nourish the body. So it comes back to the body. And should I copy their style? No, I can't. I mean, Olga is in her 30s, this young Russian dancer, very beautiful, very fit. If I wear the cropped top and the little shalwar harem pants that she was wearing, I might be okay in it, because I've learned to accept my body, stretch marks, flabby stomach and all. But will I look so beautiful? And then in my mind I have this picture that I'm looking hot like Olga. And what are all these notions of hot anyway? I think hot and cool should do with comfort and pleasure. And also pleasure. Maybe the next conversation I can have on pleasure, self-pleasure, and pleasuring ourselves with sensations of fabric we like, sensations of lovers we like, sensations of food that we want to go down the stomach. You can see I'm fixated with food, especially today. I'm really excited about so many things, so many possibilities. But most of all, that it's 8 o'clock here in Goa, and that I can hopefully wait for Tara to wake up and go for a blood test. I send you love and magic. I send you thoughts of mortality and seizing every moment as we can. Malini, thank you so much for making me think about style and the body. And I don't know if this made sense to you, but this is my own just thinking aloud and brainstorming and chatting with you all. I send you love. I send you pictures. I'm painting a lot these days, and Tara is painting. Noori and Heather are painting the floor with muddy paws, so they are painting. I think they are hungry. My agarbatti is still burning. So beautiful, the little incense, the way it wafts. And on the left, there are some monkeys, some langur in my jungle, which is on my left. Dogs are going crazy that why can't we go bark and shout? And I'm trying to be restrained and stylish and cool. So namaste. I send you love. Bye.